At first glance, it looks like forgotten junk, but hidden inside this mountain of brass lies the beginning of a masterpiece. Every valuable piece is chosen by experienced eyes that know the difference between waste and hidden treasure. Old buildings often hide priceless brass that will soon begin a remarkable second life. The journey from forgotten scrap to handcrafted luxury begins with a single cart full of discarded brass. Inside this workshop, decades of experience will decide what becomes tomorrow's masterpiece. Years of craftsmanship allow these hands to recognize valuable brass without hesitation. Simple traditional methods often reveal precious materials more effectively than complicated machines. Careful sorting ensures only the purest brass continues toward its extraordinary transformation. Years of dirt and corrosion must disappear before the true beauty of the brass can emerge. Patient hands slowly uncover the brilliant metal hidden beneath decades of neglect. Every stroke reveals another glimpse of the luxury waiting beneath the surface. The difference is astonishing, yet this is only the beginning of an even greater transformation. Each fitting must be stripped down until nothing remains except pure recyclable brass. Nothing valuable is wasted, because every small brass piece will become part of something extraordinary. With every piece prepared by hand, discarded plumbing slowly begins its incredible journey toward becoming a luxury chandelier. Large brass pieces must first be broken down before they can return to life. Power and precision work together as every strike prepares the brass for its rebirth. Even the toughest brass yields patiently to skilled hands and simple traditional tools. Every carefully cut piece is now ready for the ancient fire that changes everything. This handmade furnace has transformed scrap metal into priceless art for generations. Only carefully prepared charcoal can create the intense heat this craft demands. A small spark awakens the powerful fire that will reshape forgotten brass forever. The fire grows stronger with every passing moment, preparing for its remarkable task. The ancient bellows breathe life into the fire without a single modern machine. With every breath of air, the furnace reaches the incredible temperatures needed to melt brass. The crucible enters the fire, ready to hold the future of every recycled brass fitting. Piece by piece, yesterday's plumbing begins its extraordinary transformation. Teamwork keeps the ancient process flowing with quiet precision and remarkable skill. The solid metal slowly surrenders to the intense heat of the traditional furnace. Deep inside the blazing furnace, discarded brass is becoming liquid gold once again. The last traces of old plumbing disappear into a pool of glowing liquid brass. Careful stirring blends every recycled piece into one flawless molten metal. Removing impurities ensures the final chandelier will shine with exceptional beauty. Now perfectly refined, the molten brass is ready to become something extraordinary. While the brass glows in the furnace, another ancient craft quietly begins nearby. Perfect molds begin with perfectly prepared sand, shaped by patient hands. Every wooden pattern already holds the shape of tomorrow's luxury chandelier. One careful impression
captures every beautiful detail waiting inside the finished brass. Every tiny grain of sand helps preserve the elegance of the future masterpiece. Generations of experience guide every mold toward absolute perfection. Row after row, the molds quietly wait for their moment with molten brass. Hidden channels allow the glowing brass to reach every delicate engraving.
Even the smallest imperfection is corrected before the casting can begin.
Fire and earth now come together to shape discarded brass into timeless beauty. The moment has arrived to pour liquid brass into molds that will create a luxury masterpiece. Every careful step protects the glowing metal that will soon become timeless luxury. The first stream of molten brass begins filling the carefully prepared mold. Liquid brass reaches every tiny detail, carved patiently into the waiting mold. One by one, every mold receives the molten brass needed for a remarkable transformation. Every decorative piece begins its journey as glowing liquid flowing through ancient handmade molds. Each mold fills completely, preserving every beautiful engraving hidden beneath the sand. Steam rises as fire and earth combine to create something extraordinary. The workshop now holds dozens of hidden brass treasures cooling beneath the sand. Experience alone tells these craftsmen whether every mold has filled perfectly.
Now patience becomes the most important tool as the glowing brass slowly cools.
After a quiet night of cooling, the hidden brass is finally ready to emerge. The first gentle strike begins revealing yesterday's molten brass. Beneath the broken sand, a beautiful brass casting finally sees daylight. Careful brushing uncovers every decorative detail preserved inside the ancient molds. From glowing metal to solid brass, the future chandelier has officially begun to take shape. Fresh from the molds, every casting now begins its journey toward flawless craftsmanship. The first rough edges disappear as patient hands reveal the true shape beneath.
Nothing is wasted because even the smallest brass pieces will serve another purpose.
Slow, steady filing transforms rough cast metal into graceful elegance. Every craftsman specializes in a different piece of the future chandelier. True luxury is created through thousands of careful movements no machine can imitate.
Even the smallest shaving reflects the remarkable patience behind traditional craftsmanship. Experienced hands often discover what even careful eyes cannot see. Step by step, ordinary castings evolve into extraordinary works of art.
With every rough surface perfected, the brass is finally ready for artistic engraving. Now simple brass begins its transformation into timeless decorative art. Every carved line adds elegance impossible to create by accident. Centuries of tradition live within every carefully carved flower and vine.
Together, they transform plain metal into luxurious decorative masterpieces.
The engraving is complete, and the chandelier begins to reveal its breathtaking beauty.
Beautiful engravings are complete, but every surface must now become perfectly smooth. Careful sanding softens every surface without disturbing the intricate hand-carved details. Even the smallest flower receives the same patience as the largest chandelier arm. The workshop moves together in perfect silence, guided only by skill and experience.
Every completed piece moves one step closer to becoming a luxury masterpiece.
Nothing is wasted, because every tiny particle of brass still holds value. Perfection is judged not only by sight, but also by the touch of experienced hands. The transformation is subtle, yet every careful stroke brings lasting elegance. Quiet dedication fills every corner as rough brass slowly becomes refined luxury.
With sanding complete, the time has come to unlock the brass's brilliant golden shine. Simple, natural ingredients will soon reveal the true brilliance hidden inside the brass.
The first layer of polish awakens a remarkable glow across the handcrafted brass. Hours of careful polishing transform handcrafted brass into mirror-like luxury. The polished surface now reflects the workshop that gave it new life. Patience turns handcrafted metal into a masterpiece worthy of generations. When the brass reflects its maker so clearly, the polishing is nearly complete.
Every finished component waits patiently for the final assembly to begin.
The last traces of polish disappear, leaving only flawless, handcrafted beauty. The workshop itself seems to glow as every polished piece reaches perfection.
The shining brass is finally ready to meet the handcrafted frame that will support its timeless beauty. While the brass shines nearby, a strong handcrafted iron frame begins taking shape. Solid iron enters the blazing furnace, where strength and beauty will soon be forged together. The fire transforms cold iron into glowing metal, ready for the hammer.
Each powerful hammer strike slowly shapes the hidden skeleton of the chandelier. Teamwork and perfect timing create graceful curves from glowing iron. Careful bending creates the graceful shape that will support the chandelier's beauty.
Each completed arm is checked carefully before another one begins.
Even the hidden iron frame deserves the elegance of traditional craftsmanship.
The ancient bellows keep the fire alive through steady hands and quiet discipline.
Every chain link is handcrafted to carry both strength and elegance.
The hidden framework is almost complete, ready to support generations of beauty.
Even unseen details receive the same remarkable attention as the visible brass.
Piece by piece, the strong foundation of the chandelier finally stands complete. Two timeless crafts now unite to create one extraordinary masterpiece.
Everything is finally ready for the moment when hundreds of handcrafted pieces become one luxury chandelier.
Weeks of patient craftsmanship now come together in the most exciting stage of all. The handcrafted iron frame becomes the strong heart of the future chandelier. The very first brass arm finds its place with remarkable precision. Each new arm brings greater balance and elegance to the growing masterpiece. Perfect balance can only be achieved through patience and experienced eyes. Even the smallest fasteners are hidden to preserve the beauty of the design. Decorative flowers slowly transform the structure into a true work of art. Each handcrafted ornament adds another layer of timeless elegance. The graceful candle holders complete the elegant silhouette of every arm. The chandelier finally begins to reveal the breathtaking beauty imagined from the very beginning. The masterpiece is carefully inspected before the final decorative details are added. One final ornament completes the elegant story carved into every surface. Elegant brass chains add graceful movement and timeless character to the design. The final connection disappears, leaving only flawless handcrafted beauty. Every detail is positioned with precision to preserve perfect balance and symmetry. The final polish awakens a warm golden glow across every handcrafted surface. The polished brass now reflects the workshop that gave it new life. For the very first time, the completed chandelier hangs exactly as it was designed. Weeks of dedication finally reveal a masterpiece worthy of admiration. An experienced eye confirms that every detail has reached the highest standard. The handcrafted chandelier leaves the workshop, where ordinary scrap became extraordinary luxury. The village watches proudly as handcrafted excellence begins its final journey. The luxury chandelier finally reaches the magnificent home it was created to illuminate. Every careful movement brings the masterpiece closer to its permanent place. The final connection is secured, and the chandelier stands proudly on its own. Discarded plumbing has become a breathtaking symbol of timeless craftsmanship. With every candle lit, handcrafted brass comes alive in warm golden light. Every reflection tells the remarkable story hidden inside this handcrafted masterpiece. From forgotten plumbing scrap to timeless luxury, true craftsmanship proves that beauty can be created from what others throw away.